Green Bay Packers are making moves on the defensive side of the ball, bringing in former division rival Adrian Amos to play safety, and then ZaDarius Smith, movable chess piece, edge defender, can play a little bit on the interior. Sam, let's start with Adrian Amos, a guy that we've always graded pretty well on the back end of that Bears defense.
Hang on, let's start with the idea that the Green Bay Packers are spending money in free agency.
I was not expecting to do this video.
What is this? This is not what's supposed to happen. They're supposed to sit there doing nothing while the rest of the league makes moves. But now the Packers are spending, they're adding to their defense, and they needed to. I think this defense had been kind of, getting chipped away at for the past few years, was starting to lose a lot of its shine. They needed to reinvest in some new talent, and I think they're doing it in the right areas. Amos is a perfect example of a safety that kind of defines the position, what the position should be.
Safe?
Right, safety, not screwing up, not making mistakes that cause big problems deep down the field. A lot of other safeties are more flashy. A lot of other safeties will get interceptions, they'll get pass breakups, they will make more plays on the ball than Adrian Amos, but you won't find many that screw up less often than Amos, and that's why he's always graded higher at PFF than the conventional wisdom is. In fact, if you roll up the past 3 seasons together, Adrian Amos ranks number 3 in overall PFF grade among safeties, behind only Harrison Smith and Earl Thomas. That is some pretty impressive company to be in for Amos, and should represent a big upgrade for the Packers.
Yeah, absolutely elite company. And again, I do think it highlights what we do here at PFF. It's not all about the big plays, because we do track how many big plays you give up as well, and Amos generally on the better side of that. So nice upgrade at safety for the Packers. And then ZaDarius Smith, a guy that's had a career that was, not doing a ton, and then last year a breakout season. So do we go into this with the usual buyer beware of he had one career year as he hits free agency?
You definitely have to be concerned about that. I think the Packers needed to add some edge rush. They should have got that with ZaDarius Smith. He was really good last year, 61 total pressures, an overall grade of 72, which is, a 12-point jump on anything he'd shown in his previous seasons. 21 of those 61 total pressures, though, came in 3 games against bad right tackles. So that would be a little bit of a worry, plus the fact that it's only 1 year of production in a contract year. There's a few red flags being waved in your face if you're the Green Bay Packers, but the talent was evident last year, and I think they have to back themselves to get that out of him again.
He can move around the defensive front just a little bit, coming from that Ravens defense. Mike Pettin runs a similar scheme in Green Bay, so I think there's definitely a fit there, but perhaps a concern that, yes, 61 total pressures, a career high, 21 more than he had in any season the rest of his career. But the Green Bay Packers actually making moves during free agency. Adrian Amos and ZaDarius Smith upgrading that defense. And now we have breaking news, Sam. We were just wrapping up our Packers analysis, but apparently they've signed Preston Smith as well, formerly of the Washington Redskins. So another hybrid edge rusher that they can move around. Also coming off a career year, 76.9 last year, by far the highest of his career.
Remember when all those people were telling you they didn't need an edge rusher in your mock draft, Steve?
They were mocking me.
Suddenly they signed 2 of them in free agency. Apparently they disagreed with all those people. Yeah, Preston Smith, another one of those guys who is coming off a career year, as you said, which again has to raise a little bit of a concern about, are you going to get that player, or are you going to get the guy that was playing the previous few years at a much lower level? And if nothing else, if you sign 2 of those guys, you got to double your chances that one of them is going to continue the career year level of form into his next contract. So for that reason alone, I think it's worth double dipping and taking a shot at both.
Yeah, and Preston Smith, still only 26 years old, has continued to improve. 53 total pressures, though. That is 14 more than what he'd had in any other previous season. So we do see the Green Bay Packers. The edge rush has gotten a little bit worse every single year. They're at least trying to improve it with ZaDarius Smith and now Preston Smith, and adding Adrian Amos on the back end. The Green Bay Packers are making moves on the defensive side of the ball.